Hi everybody, it's JD. On this first episode back from our hiatus, Michelle and I do spend about half an hour catching up on what's been going on in our lives, some of the things that contributed to this break we had to take, including some pretty heavy discussion about the recent passing of my mother. I wanted to make sure you were aware of that so nobody stumbles into anything you're not prepared for. And if this is your first time listening to We Watch Shudder, you might actually have a better experience just skipping this first portion of the episode entirely. We do also have a lot of great movie talk on the episode, though. We got a bunch of titles we're discussing, including a big main event discussion of Hell House LLC Lineage. We tried to keep everything spoiler light, but if you do want to skip just any talk at all about any movies you haven't seen, make sure you check the episode description for titles and timestamps. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the show. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to a surprise welcome back, my mom's dead episode of We Watch Shudder. My name's JD. Who's here with me?
It's Michelle, and that is exactly how I was hoping that you would start.
Look, guys.
You weren't sure if I wanted you to?
No,
100%. That's exactly a good cold open.
Yeah, let's just get right into it, guys. My mom passed away last week. Thankfully, once she decided that she was done wanting to deal with anything at all, any of her stabilizing treatments, things went very quickly and very calmly. We're actually having the funeral a few days, 2 days after we're recording this episode. I am doing surprisingly good with the whole thing. I'm not gonna lie, I've had my moments where I've completely broken down for a little while, and I expect I'll have a few more. But I had a good long time to
week. You cried?
I know.
Cried as a grown adult? Ugh.
Never. Certainly not on the last episode of the podcast that we did for that movie Good Boy, which, by the way, ended up making over $8 million at the box office, which is incredible. I think I just said uncredible. That's how incredible it is. But anyway.
Yeah.
So it's, things have been heavy, things have been kind of crazy, but things have also been, in a lot of ways, very peaceful and relieving. Mom absolutely did not want to be in one of those situations where her body hung on for way, way, way too long, and it didn't happen. I know a lot of people would probably be like, your mom just died a week ago and you haven't even had the funeral and you're back doing episodes. Yeah, guys, we all mourn and grieve differently. And I think I made it very clear when we took our break that this podcast that Michelle and I have put together and what we do here, and not just because of our love of the movies, which is the core of it, but because of what it's become, just sharing about our experiences and talking about stuff along the way that sort of plays into why we love horror movies so much, and also just being soft, emotional bitches, but,
I'm so glad you, JD, I was really scared that when we took this break that you would come back with a different personality, but I am so happy that you are just as defensive toward these imaginary arguments as before. You're like, people are going to judge me for recording after my mom dies. I'm like, no one has said that. No one has implied that.
That's fair. I didn't say, I just said you might think it odd, I say that because there are moments even where I think it's odd, frankly. It's like, JD, what are you doing? But no, guys.
As someone who has an unhealthy work-life balance, it makes sense to me that someone dies and you're immediately like, well, okay.
For everybody out there who reached out and shared their thoughts and prayers, wherever, here's the way I look at it, is we all have our own beliefs about things, and JD's not a big religious or spiritual guy, but if you are, and you are willing to do what you feel is the, whatever good vibes you're sending, we're more than willing to accept. And I want to thank everybody from every direction who sent every thought and prayer that they could, because everything honestly in the end worked out as smoothly and comfortably as possible. And I'm happy to be back. I'm sure Michelle is like, man, we couldn't have taken like another week or so. Couldn't you cut me some slack for the rest of the month at least? But no, here, we're back. 4 minutes. That's plenty of a rant. Let's, ugh.
Well, do you want to hear about my life?
Yes. Sorry. No, Michelle, the only thing that matters right now is my dead mother.
Oh, I can say something. Okay, here's
guys, I should make it clear. I am most definitely, for the next several episodes of this show, going to say some things that you might personally find particularly tasteless regarding my mother's passing. I need you to understand that dark gallows humor is the story of my life. I imagine most people, and Michelle's got this look on her face, nobody said anything, JD, nobody said anything.
No, that's not why I was laughing. I was thinking a different thing that I'll say in a moment.
But please understand that my mom understood my sense of humor, and I understand my sense of humor, and frankly, I don't care if you think my jokes about my dead mom are funny or not, because she's my dead mom and not yours, so.
And in case you are concerned that JD's love for his mother is too much to have this kind of dark humor, we can talk about my mother, who unfortunately is still alive.
Yes. I'm so sorry for you, Michelle. I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah, if anybody we should be mourning, it's me. I should be the one who's upset.
I mean, all jokes aside, in a lot of ways, you're not wrong. I mean, for those of us who understand the inside story on Michelle's mom and her family, yeah, I'm with you. That was hilarious.
This is going to be the one episode she listens to. It's going to be this one. And I'm going to have to, well, she's blocked on Facebook, so she's fine. Anyway, hello, everybody. My name is Michelle, and I am also here.
Before we go, I want to act like I know all the important things. Lots of big stuff was going on for you, too. Obviously, you didn't have your mom dying of cancer, but you had the big For Love of Dog Rescue charity silent auction that you do every year. How did that go this year?
Well, that is the number 2 thing on my update list.
Oh,
number
shit.
1,
well, go ahead.
Most important update. I bought a standing desk, and I fucking love this thing.
Why am I not surprised that was your number 1? I love it.
It is seriously, it's life-changing because I can save different modes. So I have one that, like, when I'm sitting, this is perfect. When I'm standing, this is perfect. I have a third mode, and I was like, what is the third mode going to be? It's cat mode, where I put the desk up to maximum height so that the cats can watch things in the backyard that they could not otherwise see. Love this thing. So, number 1 biggest update is that I bought a standing desk. I love it.
Not just a standing desk, but apparently an electronic, memory-driven standing desk, like self-adjusting.
I bought a desk that I had to tell myself it was okay to buy because of the health benefits of standing.
All right, Michelle,
sitting all the time.
Let's just pull the Band-Aid off, Michelle. What did you pay for your standing desk?
$900, which I meant to put on a credit card and accidentally ran through my debit card.
Oh no!
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
That's rough. That's rough.
I switched some stuff, but I was like, okay, that was like 90% of my like, oh, can I justify a credit card expense like this? And the interest rate of it. And yeah, sure, I'm going to do it because, you know, like I have knee problems. And once I got back from Louisiana and was walking all the time, I started realizing that sitting like hurts. But I'm a workaholic, so I'm at my desk all the time. So long story short, I was like, fine, I'm going to do it. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. But then I was like, well, I guess I told myself not to put it on a credit card after all.
I've done that before too.
But I got cat mode.
Well,
so I love cat mode.
Luckily, I've not done that too often because most of the time they don't even let me have credit cards. So, you know, that's because the thing about credit cards is they'll let you have one before you've ever demonstrated whether or not you can actually handle it. And then when you can't handle it, they act like it's your fault. And it's like, you're the one who didn't bother to check beforehand. my man. All I had to do was sign my name on a paper, and you said, here, yeah, go spend $1,000 on me.
My highest limit credit card is Target. It does not make sense why they gave me. It's like a $12,000 limit on my Target. They keep raising it, and I'm just like, why? How many decorative pillows do you think I need? This isn't something that I can actually help if there's an emergency. Like, I can't put medical expenses on this. When am I going to need $12,000 worth of Target items? Never. I use it for Christmas and then I pay it off. Like, stop upping my limit on my Target card. It's because you're a middle-aged white girl. Like, we know that you are drawn to our store and I can't help it.
Yeah, I mean...
I get that free shipping for online orders.
It would take some effort for sure, but I think I could spend 10, 12 grand at Target.
One more time, just for good measure.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't know how much of this is going to stay in. We'll find out.
Who knows? On the one where you're like, I might edit a little bit.
Oh, God.
You're like, oh, no.
I may have forgotten how to do this in the last 6 weeks.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll just start over. 3.5 years of progress gone.
What was number 2 on your list?
That's the auction. The auction, for those of you unaware, I spend a lot of time with a local dog rescue for love of dog. I do all the online stuff, so things that I don't have to see people in person for, website, social media, email correspondence, and a lot of things related to fundraising. And one of the biggest things every year is our auction. And there is a group of us, we'll say, I think 10 or so people who take in every item that gets donated for the auction. And we take it, and if we just get a single item, then we put it with other single items, and we make a basket. And that's our basketing team. And then the basketing team, they bring those items to me, and I put them in a nice little format with all the text and very detailed instructions or details of what's in there, like a 24-pack of Pen and Gear colored pencils, along with a Jason Momoa coloring book and a Jason Momoa sticker and Jason Momoa socks. You're getting the thing. We put together themes of these things. And then Savannah and I come up with a very funny name for the basket. More on that in a second. And then it goes to the photography station, and they take photographs, and those go online. And then it goes to the wrapping station, and everything gets wrapped and tagged and then set aside. There are 10 of us at any given time in this building. We kind of swap out. There are some of us who are like core and there every single time. 10 of us do this. This year we had around 650 baskets, all of which all of us have touched at some point, and we made $75,000 roughly. I think the full number was like 71 this year, but we were right in the ballpark of what we expected to be. So when JD was like, hey, I need to take a break because my mom is dying, I was like, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Not the your mom part. Your mom dying part, not that part. That part was not a good idea part.
Literally what Michelle said to me is, make sure you thank your mom for dying now, when it helped me the most.
Yeah, I sent her flowers, and I'm like, thanks for taking one for the team. Really appreciate it. I will use this to get out of every social obligation for the next 3 weeks. It's really nice.
Side note, by the way, guys, don't you dare go on social media and start making snide or dark joke comments about my mom on things. This is a Michelle and me only.
Only you get to do it.
Only you and me.
I'm included? Ooh, is it because I
Here's
laughed?
Here's the thing, is there's not a single person listening to this who would ever have gone and done that. Michelle, why do I do this?
I don't know. I don't know. Now that you have free time, you can get a therapist.
Free time. Dog is just a bigger pain in the... Yeah, I get it. Free time. Oh, your mom's dead.
I thought these were the jokes I was allowed to make. Oh no, don't take away my dead mom card. I need to.
All right,
I need to ride your coattails.
What's point 3 C, Michelle?
Point 3. Oh, first I just wanted to say basket names. I came up with
I'm sorry. I
the
jumped
basket
ahead.
names. No, it's okay. I got distracted by your mom being dead.
And being distracted and interrupted like I just did again.
Yeah, we're really good at this. We're starting over. Basket names. So all the baskets we go through and we give them names. And Savannah and I, God, we're so funny. We're so funny. We don't get enough credit for it.
They really are.
The basket name that was my favorite. I'm so proud, and I feel like nobody really gave it the credit that it deserved. It was a bottle of Bacardi 151, a $300 bottle of discontinued Bacardi that is 151 proof. And then it had a bunch of pirate-themed accoutrements, like glasses and little, the flag, I forgot what they call that, not Davy Jones, but the Jolly Ranchers, the Jolly guy. Skull guy, those as drink stirrers, and so it was like all these pirate things of like, I'm getting drunk and drinking Bacardi, and I named it Avast Me Bacardis, and no one else appreciated how fucking clever that was, and I'm gonna be mad about it for the rest of my life. I've had to tell people, hey, that's really clever, just so you know. It's really good. JD doesn't seem like he likes it. Avast Me Bacardis, like Avast Me Hardies. But it's Bacardis.
Because my question was my statement was going to be, I can't say for sure whether or not I like it because I'm not sure I get it. And then you said
Avast Me Hardies, Avast Me Bacardis.
No, I get it now, but let me tell you, if you have to explain a joke, Michelle.
No, my genius is just too advanced for these people who are looking at silent auction baskets so that they can get cheap Christmas items. Speaking of, my husband is wonderful, and he bought me the butterfly lamp, or he outbid everybody else for the butterfly lamp. So I have a really cool butterfly lamp now, and I'm stoked about it. But yeah, so that consumed my life for a while, and we did good dog things, and now I'm on to the next fundraising thing for the rescue, which is the Giving Tree, and we can talk about that at a different time. But my inbox is currently being flooded with dog pictures as we speak. One of them is a tiny little 9-pound, 13-year-old dog, and he's wearing a tie in his picture. Ugh, it's a good time.
Michelle,
his name is Chauncey, and he literally was just adopted.
If anybody out there listening would like to check out For Love of Dog and maybe some of the cool things that you do for fundraising and how they might be able to help, where can they find it?
Oh, you can find it online at For Love, spelled L-U-V, and the number 4. So number 4, number 4, L-U-V of dog, OFDOG.org. We are also on the social medias, but if you get to the website, all the social medias are on there. And if you get to the web and you're like, wow, this is a real nice design, thank you. I've spent a lot of time on it. I appreciate your admiring it.
Thank you.
That thing was
Thank
a
you.
bitch. But yes, so you can check them out on forloveofdog.org. Social media, I've also been linking on the We Watch Shutter page as I was very excited about all of the horror baskets. And oh man, one of the cool things about putting together the auction is that when people come to pick up their items, I can talk to them even though they don't want me to and be like, oh my god, I'm so excited you got that, you're gonna love that so much. Oh man, my co-host was so excited that he got all the collectibles for the creepy and cute basket, and oh, you're gonna love them. And then they just like smile politely until you let them leave. But that's my favorite part. So yeah, you can check out that stuff.
If you do come around for the auction next year, because you got a whole year to wait now, if you're looking for those We Watch Shutter baskets, you are going to have to bring your A game. You're going to have to fight our buddy Nick. How many of our baskets did Nick win this year?
So funny, he won 2 baskets that had our name on them, but the third one that he got, I had to message, and I was like, That one doesn't have my name on it, but it is my pride and joy. I found all the items to put them together. I wanted to make a sushi basket so badly that I found a bunch of things, and it was anonymous donors, but it was me. And I named it romantic. You know, ramen. I'm trying to say romantic.
No, I get it.
It was like a date night sushi thing. And I was like, that's very funny that the other basket that was like, nobody touch these items. I need to find a cookbook and some cute little rice figurines to go with them. No one touch these things. I've got ideas. So yes,
I just want
to... bought, outbid.
Yeah, I just want to shout out our buddy Nick for helping We Watch Shudder raise money for For Love of Dog. Really sort of validate and justify all that hard work Michelle does.
Yeah, it's exhausting. But luckily, I had a reason to take a break from the podcast for October and breathe a little
What could that reason have been, Michelle?
Your mom. Oh, this is a great time for a your mom joke. Your mom.
I was just gonna say you just stopped at your mom. Well, I mean, you're not
your
wrong.
Mom. Your mom was my reason. Oh God, she is wherever she is right now. She is just frowning.
It's okay, guys. She's dead. She doesn't know this is happening. Jesus. We might have wanted to wait a few more days, but here we are. Let's keep it going now.
This is perfect. Big thing number 3, the 2 people in my family who I thought were going to die didn't, so that's good. We won't get into it. Number 4. Yeah.
Wait!
Yes, that's after the standing desk.
That's fabulous. I love it.
Number 4, tomorrow I am going to the cities so that I can help volunteer. I'm going to run the volunteer coordination for a slutty romance book convention.
Yeah, Michelle's going to go to a slutty romance book convention instead of my mother's funeral.
Listen, okay. I tried.
It's okay, Michelle. Believe me, if I could go to the slutty romance convention instead of my mother's funeral, I might go too.
I mean, you can. Who says you have to go? You could attend the funeral via live stream like I am.
Here's a little inside baseball on JD. I actually hate funerals. I understand why we do them, but it's the kind of thing that's not even really for it. Like it's not my vibe. It tends to be a little anxiety inducing, but
a little anxiety inducing at a funeral. Wow, a little bit, that's crazy.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a weird spot to have extreme emotional reactions.
No, the thing is it's not because of death. It's because of all the family that shows up.
Yeah. My family was a family of florists. I have very intense feelings about funerals because I was at them all the time. And the number one thing, very misleading, there's no fun there. Nobody's like,
there's no fun in a funeral. Poker. None.
But the best food is funeral food. Hanging out underneath the church in a small town, eating those little sandwiches and the cake. Ugh.
We're not going to have sandwiches and cake. We're going to have cookies and ice cream because those are the 2 snacks that my mom was constantly demanding for the last several weeks here that we were together. I would hear it all day long. We want a cookie. She started referring to herself as we at one point, like right after coming home from the hospital, and it was just like that for the rest of her time. But I'd walk out of my bedroom door in the morning. Good morning. We want a cookie. We want some ice cream. And then, like, without even giving me a chance to act, hurry up. Hurry up.
Well, did you also have a cookie with her? Because she might have been right that you also wanted a cookie, and the we included you.
I mean, I ate plenty of cookies, but no. So we're going to have cookies and ice cream, and it's going to be a good time.
You're not going to have any dinner rolls with butter and turkey on them?
Probably not, no. And because first of all,
I'm real glad I'm not going.
Wow. I wish, like
I go just for the funeral sandwiches.
Michelle, you know me in gatherings. It's just, it's not my vibe. Which that's a weird way to describe a funeral is as a vibe of any kind, but you know, it's whatever. I don't even know why I brought that up. I don't even know. Probably because secretly everything in my mind is fixated on my dead mother.
Well, that's
How many times am I going to say it this episode? A lot. I don't know.
Are you going to do a type 5 to start it up? Who's
Oh
headlining?
God, no. Oh,
how do I get booked
Lord,
at that funeral?
No. How do I get... Who books that? I do.
That?
I
do. You got some jokes about your mom that you're gonna have to rework now.
Oh, it is. It is one of the best things. I got to tell the hospice nurses some of my dying mom jokes. My favorite one will always be from now and forever the simple. Something nobody ever really tells you when you decide you're going to take care of a dying parent is how often you're going to have to see their butthole. Nobody ever warns you about that. It's real weird.
No, buttholes are like the funniest part of the body. That's all I got to say about that.
That's I guess
a list.
I guess it depends on what that butthole is doing at the moment.
Oh no. Yeah, could be doing some real diabolical stuff.
Oh yes. Well, okay, let's just move on.
Anyway, in the spirit of your mom, we will move on.
Michelle,
I'm trying to think if I have.
I can't.
Yep. Oh no!
She told me. She needed to be. That she needed to poop, and so I went to get all the stuff to get ready. So she rolled over on her side, and we got her on the bed thing, and then it turns out maybe not. And so then I got her back over on her side, and I'm putting her incontinence pad back on. But before I can put it on, I kid you not, she fucking farts right in my face. Just right in my face. And I was like, oh God, Mom. And this cancer-ridden, body weakened, just barely still holding on, wonderful old lady from the other side of the other end of the bed just fucking laughing at me because she thought it was the funniest shit in the world that she farted right in my face. Oh my God. Oh, it's
making up for all those times that you were a baby and you
oh God,
like shit everywhere. Yeah.
Well, no, just, fucking Riley still does it to me all the time, and I think she was just like, well, Riley got to, why not me too?
I get to do this. These are my privileges now.
This, by the way, is the natural order of my life, is my beautiful, fun, end-of-life stories with my mother are that one time she farted directly into my face. What the fuck? I love you, Mama.
I mean, those are the ones that are real special.
Oh, it's so ridiculous.
I don't know what to say to that. I'm already like...
You don't have to say anything, nothing. Michelle. It's funny.
I got nothing. Okay. It is so very funny, but how do you follow that up?
Story of my life is the beautiful shared experience we had at the end with her farting in my goddamn face. Oh, life is beautiful, Michelle. Life is beautiful. Are we going to talk about movies?
You know what? Nah. But no, we can't. Here's the thing, quick peek behind the curtain in case you guys don't have enough over information from us yet. I was worried about Michelle in Review for November coming out with me talking about too much stuff, so we're still going to have a Michelle in Review. I have been watching a lot of things. More importantly, wow, Michelle, how has your mental health been? I know that you were failing accounting for a little bit, which was a huge blow to your self-esteem, and you were spending 16 hours between work and then volunteering for the rescue, and constantly being exhausted to the point of hallucinations. And you had kind of a medical thing, a medication issue that caused you to lose your mind in the middle of all of this in a way that it used to be common, but is no longer such. So clearly, between all of that, you haven't had time to collect squelches, right? And to that I say no. A good indication of where I am mentally is how many squelches I have collected, and there are 221 waiting to go on the website.
That
I got banned from a website for visiting it too much to download transcripts.
What?
And I'm mad about it, and I'm getting a VPN so that I can get around that. Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing, that I could visit
Apparently
a website too
thing.
much. But apparently, they thought I was a bot.
That's fabulous.
I just go through things really quickly. I'm Control F, next tab, Control F, next tab. Is there a squelch? No, I don't want it. But apparently, that's robot behavior.
This, by the way, is the story of Michelle's life. Is sometimes she functions so remarkably efficiently as to become machine-like and convinces the machines she's one of them. Which, frankly, Michelle...
I am going to be real good at that.
Yeah, I was going to say, frankly, in perhaps the not-too-distant future will be an incredibly valuable skill set to be able to convince the machines you're one of them.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm honing this ability now. And I, sent an email. I was like, apparently you guys thought I was a bot because I got, I forgot the term they gave me a message saying, you're clearly not a human. You're visiting our site too much. I was like, no, I'm a person. I'm just very efficient. And I sent them an email and they didn't get back to me. So fuck them. I'm getting NordVPN next month anyway. I'm going to be from Brazil with a different IP address. And it's essentially me walking into a store I was banned from, but with a fake mustache. I mean, you can't keep me away from the squelches. Are you kidding? I'm here. I got a mission.
That's fabulous. Yeah. I need to see you with a fake mustache now, sneaking into a store.
Well, I don't know about the sneaking part. I'm very loud. I've gotten kicked out of Walmart back in my youth. Oh, God. Those are the good old days. I was from a small town. We didn't have a lot to do.
Wow. How do you get kicked out of a Walmart? Don't answer that question.
If you rearrange the departments, they get real mad at you. But it wasn't me, it was my friends, and we were 17, and it was really funny at the time. And now I know those are minimum paid workers and it's mean, but we put them back. We put everything back.
When you say that, I did immediately think in my head it would be a terrifically Michelle thing to the reason she was causing problems at the and got thrown out of the store is because she decided that the way they had things on the shelves was a ridiculous and completely non-efficient way to do it, and just started obsessively reorganizing the shelves in a much more logical and strategic manner.
So I had a seasonal job at Victoria's Secret, and I got sent home one day because I was fixated too much on the panty drawers that had the wrong styles in the wrong drawers. And I was just not doing anything except fixing it. And I got sent home because I was ignoring everyone because the panty drawers were wrong. So yes, I still think about that and I cringe, but it's not they needed to choose. Did they want me, they would be clean up your section, and I took that very fucking seriously. They'd be like, hey, I forgot the word that they use for it, but they would be like, hey, we need you to go organize the pink sweatpants. They're out of order. And to them that just meant folding a couple things, but to me I went, no, this style is supposed to be on that shelf. I don't know why this is over here. I'm not just gonna I can't just leave these. These are supposed to be in size order. So small, medium, large, extra large, they should be in that order. I can't just hang it back up. People have been moving the sizes around. And look, the colors aren't perfectly. And I got sent home.
That's
Working at
fucking
Victoria's Secret
beautiful.
sucked. I do not recommend it.
You would have been an
A lady tried to return a
ideal
bra. There was a lady who tried to return a bra that she had bought 3 years prior, was very heavily worn, and she was like, well, yeah, it broke. And we're like, because you used it so much. And that was one of the biggest fights I've ever gotten into with a customer, because I was like, I can't accept this. You didn't, like, we're clearly way out of the return period. You don't have the tags for it because it's from 3 years ago. You didn't even buy it at this store. What do you want from me? People are fucking crazy, especially when it comes to overpriced lingerie.
You would have been the perfect employee at that store in that movie Slacks.
Movie Slacks.
You know, the one about the jeans that
that one.
Jeans.
Yes. I would have. But the thing is, they probably would have sent me home, and then I would have been avoiding getting murdered by denim.
Right.
That'd be great. Anyway,
Michelle, are we gonna talk about movies?
Yes, we are just gonna go through what JD has watched because I've seen all of it except for one.
Yeah, and I don't even know if we're going to talk about all of these. I think we'll just kind of, some of them that I feel like I won't have anything really beneficial or positive to say, so I don't know if I even want to mention them. But as it turns out, since the last time we spoke back on the Good Boy episode, everything that I have seen is what we would say on the Michelle in Review episode is a horror in the after times. New horror, post-COVID horror, and I guess where I want to start here is, Michelle, we didn't get a chance to talk about it in an actual episode, but how did you feel about the new VHS installment, VHS Halloween?
Well, it's good that we had a while to talk about it, because then I had time to put my thoughts together, and here's what I've realized. At this point in my life, it's very hard to scare me. However, it is easier to unnerve me and make me uncomfortable. And I've realized that that's what I want in my horror. If I can't get scared, the only time I get scared is like a jump scare that's over really quickly, or sometimes there's an atmosphere and it doesn't last for very long. I don't get scared, but I do get uncomfortable. And VHS Halloween kind of helped me realize that I like the uncomfortability more than I like the scared, which it used to seem like horror movies should make me scared. That's the number one thing. But just like a weird, uncomfortable vibe that, like, I don't know how I feel about this. This is a new situation. It's really strange. I'm feeling very anxious about it. I'm realizing that's where I want to sit with my horror. VHS Halloween is not a masterpiece. I like a lot of the VHS franchise. I'm a huge found footage person. There's a lot of stuff in there that made me go like, what the hell am I watching? But even when I wasn't like overall enjoying it, I liked that it was new territory that I felt uncomfortable in. That said, Casper Kelly's segment about the candy factory, excellent. Masterpiece. No notes. But there's one about, we'll just say a child photographer that was very upsetting. The very first one is very upsetting. And I like being upset because I'm not going to get scared. I may as well get uncomfortable. How did you feel, JD?
Right on. Look, I gotta be honest with you. I remember enjoying it, but I don't really remember a lot of details about it. The thing that sticks out in my mind the most is the frame story about the Diet Phantasma drink or whatever, and all this insane shit that kept happening, and it just got weirder and wilder, and what the fuck are they gonna do? And so I remember that going. I do remember, now that you mention it specifically, the one about the photographer, which was a little more unnerving than they tend to be.
I
got a little bit
like it because of how much.
Yeah. It's very much a kids thing, you know.
You fucking hate kids.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Well, yeah, they're the fucking worst.
Yeah, the worst.
But I do remember thinking that I'm still pretty sure that VHS. What was the one? Not the most recent one before this. That was the one with the sci-fi
95?
films. What was that? The one right, but yeah, VHS 95
with the kids show with the slide. I forgot. Double Dare, I think or was it Double Dare? I'm trying to remember which initial Nickelodeon thing it was parodying. But yes, that's 95, which is the best one.
Here's what I will say is it's yet another introduction. I still to this day am not and was not a big fan of the OG VHS series, that first trilogy that they did, but ever since they came back, I think they've been real solid. Again, I'm not the biggest anthology guy all the time, because it's like on the cooking shows, right? You can make one thing and do it really well, or you can try to do two things, but even if only one of them is good and one of them is bad, then one of them is still bad, you know? And so they play so weirdly for me, and but this one was enjoyable. At least I gave it a 3.5 at the time I watched it. That was my gut reaction. I may need to go back and see it again, but seems like it was pretty solid.
I do need to make an addendum. VHS 95 doesn't exist. There is a 94 and a 99. 94 I did not like very much. 99 is my favorite one. So I just needed, for anybody out there being like, which one are you talking about? You made one up. Okay. Listen, JD's mom died, okay? It's really difficult over here.
And here's the thing. I'm so pick and choose when it comes to anthologies that I might be smashing two of these together and conflating them all as one thing anyway. But, it's a solid entry in the franchise. Next thing I want to talk about, because I mean, even though unfortunately, I ended up having to see I had to see Shelby Oaks on my own because we were trying to watch it and some stuff happened with my dying mother. But you and I and some friends, we went to do a double feature a little while ago of two movies that are like small independent movies presented by big names in horror. So we saw Eli Roth presents Dream Eater, and we saw Mike Flanagan presents Shelby Oaks. I guess I'll go ahead and start this.
Oh, before we talk about the actual movies, can I say I was thrilled when I discovered that we could do a double feature of these movies, and I immediately messaged everybody who I thought would be interested, and I was surprised how little excitement people had about the idea of a double feature. Apparently that's not a thing anymore because our attention spans have been so destroyed. But I was like, you guys, it's perfect. We have 10 minutes between movies. We can go refill, go to the bathroom, go to the other theater. Also, when we went, I picked the perfect time because we were the only groups in both theaters. That was a phenomenal time. Even if I have some thoughts about the movies we saw. Double features are fucking great. And I was really disappointed in so many of my friends for not being stoked about that.
Yeah, I agree. Double features are fantastic, especially these days when you can make the timing work out like that.
It was
quite often
perfect.
You want,
yeah,
a lot of times the way they set up the schedules now, if you want to do a double feature, there's like a half-hour break in between, and then you still got 20 minutes worth of pre-show. All this shit. So no, I thought your plan was excellent.
Thank you. Me too.
Yeah.
Now the movies themselves.
Still very much committed to the, if you don't have anything positive to say, maybe don't say much at all. Here's what I'll say is, unfortunately, did not have a lot to say about Eli Roth Presents Dream Eater. I should point out, obviously he's a guy who saw it and used his clout to sort of bring it forward, but do at least want to name the the actual people involved, Alex Lee Williams, Mallory Drum, and Jay Draculich. Looks like it was the three of them who sort of co-wrote and directed the whole thing. This one, not for me. It's sort of a found footage situation, also kind of a found footage bottle movie, because most of it takes place inside this one house. I guess I never really thought about it like that, but a lot of found footage is sometimes a bottle movie experience. But there were very few moments in this that hooked me in any genuine way. Obviously, you know, it's right now got an average, I think it's a 2.5 on Letterboxd, which is not bad. I mean, it's
is
a
that
solid.
Out of 5?
People are liking it.
Letterboxd?
I believe so. Yeah, 2.5 out of 5. So right down the middle. You know, people are liking it. 3 stars is the most common rating on it right now, with 315 3-star ratings. So, you know, people on the average are it's just, this one wasn't for me. How did you feel about it, Michelle?
I love found footage, as I briefly mentioned with VHS Halloween. And this movie happened to have every single thing I find annoying about found footage films in the same film. All of my pet peeves presented themselves. And I think that really affected how I felt about it, because I was like, well, you're just copping out on the found footage thing because you're being like, oh, well, she's a professional filmmaker, so here's how we're getting around that, so we don't actually have to do found footage. We can use found footage as a gimmick, but we're not actually going to use it. And then, oh, it's going to be really convenient when we have cameras set up here in a way that makes no sense to, you know, anything. And there were just a lot of those, to the point where I was so distracted that it completely took me out. There was a lot of stuff that I was like, man, this would be really great in a different movie. But all the things where scary things are not happening just disappointed me. I found the way that they were putting things together just did not work. But I don't know. At one point there's a naked guy, and that's real great. Love a naked guy. So 3 stars right down the middle.
As long as there's a naked dude, Michelle's going to get you at least a 50-50
Yeah,
on that
listen, women have been full frontal for all of time. I'm happy anytime I see a dick in a theater, okay? Unless it's not on the screen. If it's just somebody beside me, I'm not going to be thrilled about that. But if it's on the actual movie that I paid to see.
That's actually a thing also that I noticed. There must have been just somewhere along the line some kind of breakthrough in like the prosthetic dick technology, because there was just all of a sudden over the last 10 years or so, there has just been like a deluge of like graphic dick trauma in horror, like shit getting cut off, burned.
I'm not even referring to dick trauma. I just want full frontal of dudes to make up. They've got to like, they have a lot of ground to cover. Keep showing me the dicks to make up for it. Like, plus, like, women are topless in like 90% of movies, where used to be, you know, obviously I'm exaggerating, but like they got a lot of ground to cover. Yeah.
Dick Trauma sounds like the vocalist from some sort of early 80s hardcore punk band.
He was named Richard Trauma, and then one day he's like, wait a minute.
Dick Trauma!
Dick Trauma. Man, that guy's insufferable. I can only imagine the horrible documentaries that guy would make, that he thinks are very artistic and edgy, but are really exploitative. Some people who shall not be named, but you and I are thinking of the same person. But yeah, no, Dream Eater just did not do it for me. Bummer.
How did Shelby Oaks do for you?
Shelby Oaks was a beautiful film to watch. I don't think there was a lot of substance there, but it was really pretty. In like that, it felt kind of like an artistic gallery of videos at times, rather than a cohesive movie. There's a weird distinction that I'm trying to draw between, like, it was more atmospheric and like that, as opposed to just like you can say the camera work in a movie is good or the framing in a movie is good. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that these are like still images that you could pause and have as like the desktop on your background, or the background on your computer. Like everything was that kind of framing where it was like beautiful, atmospheric, didn't make a lot of sense with the story, but was so cool to look at that it did a lot of the heavy lifting for me. The story, it was just fine. It wasn't super in depth, but that without saying anything, the initial title sequence is my favorite scene from the whole movie. And I think also I had such high expectations based on the title sequence that then when nothing else lived up to that, I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah, I had to see this one in 2 different sittings. Unfortunately, I had to dip out the first time we went to watch it about halfway through, because my mom was dying. But just gotta stop bringing that up. It's like a fucking
this is perfect.
Reflex now.
It has to be every review.
Every review. No, I promise this isn't gonna go on forever, guys. But no, I agree with you. I don't want to say that it was a mistake. This is a movie that I feel like its ambition outpaced its not its ability, but it just was a little too ambitious for its own good, to the extent that it felt at times like it wasn't sure what kind of a movie it wanted to be, right? It tried to do and incorporate a couple of different styles and a couple of different kinds of stories. And there are parts of it that I really, really enjoyed and parts of it that didn't work for me so much. This definitely worked for me more than Dream Eater did. But I agree with you, that opening chunk of the film, that I don't think it's well, I don't want to say, because then you'll be like, yeah, I won't tell you what's so special about it. You'll know right away. But that, and then like the story, and you and I talked about this behind the scenes. So like the story takes one turn, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of my jam, right? This is and then it takes another turn into something that unfortunately was once again not really my vibe. And so, like I think it just maybe was just a little too ambitious. Is clearly capably made. Chris Stuckman, writer, director, producer. Definitely look forward to seeing what he does from here. But it still didn't quite land for me as much as I was hoping. I did give this one 2.5 skulls out of 5, right down the middle. Dream Eater was unfortunately only a 1 skull for me.
I don't know how I feel star-wise, but I will say Shelby Oaks, no full frontal male nudity, so a 0. Sorry. You need to have at least a dick. I understand if you can't do dick and balls. I get it. But there's no excuse for not putting at least one very visible penis in your movie.
Okay, so you will accept the penis or the penis and the balls.
Yeah, not just
will
testicles.
You accept just the balls? Okay.
No,
so
I've seen waiting. Waiting doesn't pass the test.
What you're saying is everything else is irrelevant as long as there's a dick.
Yeah. Give me the main breadwinner there.
Jesus.
Listen, JD, I need the schlong, okay?
We really have forgotten how to do this. Holy shit. Now we're going. Are you guys having fun? I think we're having fun. A couple of quick ones that I just want to throw out that we don't have to get into too far. Stuff that Michelle has already seen and talked about on previous episodes. I did finally see The Woman in the Yard, which it was all right. I wasn't blown away by it. I thought it was an interesting idea. I gave it a 3 out of 5 skulls. I kind of figured out what was going on with it pretty quickly and easily, and so I there were a few twists and turns, I think, that would have had more impact if I hadn't already sorted it all out. But it was a solid movie. Definitely, like you said, what the story did was absolutely not what I was expecting. And it was I thought they handled the theme and subject of the story really well.
Partway through that, I got the hiccups, so I stopped listening. But
I'm sorry,
agree with everything.
I dropped your video. I dropped video off the screen for a minute so I could go see what my skull rating was on it.
No, it's just halfway through that, I was like, I'm trying to listen, but I'm also trying to stop hiccuping because what the fuck? Why is this happening? So, yes, I agree with everything you said.
Cool. And then the other one is Opus. Which I forgot while I was watching it is the new film or the newest film from the fellow who did The Menu. Is that correct?
I don't remember if it was the same guy who did The Menu. I just compared it to that. But it might have actually been that guy. I never actually looked.
Let's see here.
That would make a lot of sense.
Nope, it's definitely not him. I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's okay.
Then it's just that I told you it was like The Menu, and it would satisfy that same kind of itch.
Yeah, It was all right. Definitely weird. First of all, I love Io Edebiri. She's fantastic. If you have never seen her work, I strongly suggest you do. She's on that show, The Bear, which is fucking incredible. If you've never seen it, all 4 seasons are available right now on Hulu. I strongly suggest.
Unfortunately, no actual bears. I was very disappointed.
Well, I guess that depends on how you define bear. But no, I think this was a movie where I more enjoyed watching the people performing it than I was necessarily into the story. Everybody in here, I mean, John Malkovich doing his best Nicolas Cage impersonation, just fantastic. Juliette Lewis in an awesome turn. Tony Hale in a really surprising turn. Lots of good performances here. And I think, again, for me at this one, I enjoyed more just watching the people work a little bit more than I liked the actual story. But it was a good movie. I gave it a 3 out of 5.
I liked it. It's been a while since I saw it. We did the Michelin review. We could go back and find it, but I liked it.
One more that I want to talk about that you had already seen, but that I definitely want to bring up before we move on to what I think will be our big finish, which is, of course, the newest Hell House LLC film, and that's Bring Her Back. I finally got a chance to see that. Let me tell you, this after a number of people had seen it and told me their reactions to it, this was not at all, in a lot of ways, the movie I expected it to be. First of all, I will say I have been in love with Sally Hawkins from the first time I saw her, and that's a very distracting thing for me in a movie. But this was good. Fucking brutal at times. There's a thing with a knife. That's all I'm gonna say. Reminds me, these Philippou guys, they like, I saw that movie Talk to Me, and one of my favorite things in that movie is a very stabby thing. I like guys who get stabby with it. This one, I think this one resonated on a story level more with other people than it did with me. It was interesting considering what it's about and that sort of thing. But no, I thought it was solid. I came down on a 3.5 on it. Do you remember any of your impressions of Bring Her Back, Michelle?
I do, because we have an unreleased episode of Don't Make Me Watch That. So I just recently rewatched it and recorded that. But I have spent weeks editing it in between all the other million things going on. So that'll be a little bit until it still comes out. So I do remember, it's real sad. It's a real sad movie.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong there. But pretty brutal at times as well.
Yes. I don't have a ton of thoughts on it anymore at this point. But the one scene, there's a squelch
Oh,
right
yeah?
in the middle of that scene. That is one of the most disgusting squelches I had to add to the gallery. And it meant that I had to watch that very closely so that I could pick out which frame would be perfect for the website. And I can hear that. And I listened to an interview with the brothers, the Filippo brothers, and I don't know what he means by this. But one of the brothers, I don't remember which one, but he said they couldn't get the sound effect right, so he did it for real. And they never elaborated, and I need to know what the fuck he means by that. And I have not found it anywhere else except for mentioned in that.
Here's what I'll tell you, Michelle, is I believe you may be the one who pointed it out to me, or maybe it was my cousin Wade, but one of the Filippo brothers participated in like a deathmatch wrestling match in Mexico not too long ago. Like they're making making a movie about deathmatch wrestling, and he actually like there's clips of it on YouTube I think or whatever, but yeah, one of the I think it was Danny was actually in some of the brief clips I saw, like it's so I mean I'm not saying the guy did that with the knife what it seems to perhaps imply, but fuck, I can't even say too much because I don't want to give it away, but I mean deathmatch wrestlers are fucking crazy dudes who don't really care about bleeding, so you know.
Here's what I can say about the Filippo brothers. Not as hardcore as that, but they're in Death Stranding 2. And Death Stranding 2 just got nominated for Game of the Year. It's not going to win, and it shouldn't win. I think that it should go Silk Song. But the fact that this weird little game that I'm obsessed with got nominated is really cool. And the Filippo brothers are in the post-game. So
sweet.
That's all I gotta say. And they are themselves. Those are weird slapstick guys putting out movies like Bring Her Back and Talk to Me. And I think that's partially why I like their stuff so much, because the interviews, they're not the guys that we expect to make these. They're not weird little Ari Asters or like cocaine addicted Stephen Kings. These are like brothers on YouTube who would have a prank house full of like, what's up chat, today we're gonna be throwing my brother in the pool and we're gonna see how many onions we can eat in an hour. Like that's their vibe. And then they make Bring Her Back and I'm like, how? I appreciate this, but how?
Who knows how? They're Australian. I'm just gonna chalk it up to that.
That's fair. That does immediately make you a strong person.
I mean, that's so far as the world can be isolated. Like, they're still way off down there all by themselves. Down there in Australia and New Zealand
and the koalas.
And Tasmanian devils. The what?
Koalas have chlamydia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's a fun fact about koalas.
I'll have to take your word for it. Michelle, are you ready to main event this bitch?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, then. So, main event time. We didn't get a chance to do a big episode about this. Michelle, do we want to do like a quick spoiler-free and spoilery section for this, or do we just want to talk about it generically?
I don't think I remember enough about it to split it up into separate sections.
Fair enough. Yeah, the more I think about it, I might. Anyway, we definitely cannot come back without talking about the fifth and supposedly the final Hell House LLC film, Hell House LLC Lineage.
And this is where we're in disagreement, because I think we could come back without talking about it.
Wow.
I got some snarky thoughts.
Well, that's what the people want to know, Michelle. The people want to know. So, fifth film in the franchise. I actually went back and watched the first four films again in the time leading up to this. Do you really?
It was a huge commitment that I should not have partaken in.
Did you, by the way, catch all the Jesus stuff in Hell House 3 this time?
No. And when I told you that via Facebook Messenger, you immediately started telling me all about all the things that I definitely did not see. So
Fair enough.
I did not see them.
Anyway, so yeah, here's the thing. I guess what I will say first off about Hell House LLC Lineage is that there are two things I know for sure, and those are Michelle absolutely at some point had told me that this was not going to be a found footage film, and I completely forgot that at some point Michelle told me that this was not going to be a found footage film. And that right off the get-go really sort of put me off guard on this. Stephen Cognetti did, what was it, 825 Forest Road or something like that, 823 Forest Road, that we actually just saw earlier this year. It was released earlier this year on Shudder, his first non-found footage film. At that time, I thought that that movie, the way it was shot exactly like a found footage film, mostly like handheld and such, but the camera now is a third-person camera. It's not an actual character in the movie holding a camera. This one, he definitely changed things around a bit. I want to give him credit for that right up front, because I don't know how many other positive things I'm going to be able to say. I thought he did a real good job coming into the to a more sort of cinematic style of storytelling. What did you think about that, Michelle, before I let you off on a tirade?
I'm not going to have much of a tirade either. I just feel kind of the same I did about the Carmichael Manor, which is indifference mixed with disappointment at certain times. I think Hell House LLC, being one of the best found footage films out there. I know many people who don't really like horror movies who still list Hell House LLC on their top horror movies list. It defies, it branches, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, people who don't like horror are still drawn into Hell House LLC. That's how good it is. That is a very, very good movie.
Crossover and then appeal.
It appeals to those other people. 2 and 3 then really did not like, and I just think now with 4 and 5 I've become indifferent, and I've just accepted that nothing is going to become as good as Hell House LLC, and it's sad. And especially even though I knew that this one was not going to be found footage, I was still hoping, like, okay, well, there's got to be a reason for that, right? Like, we're going to justify it, and it's going to make a lot of sense. But by losing the gimmick, it lost every bit of appeal that still had me kind of clinging to this series. And as you implied, they say it's the 5th. Does not feel like the 5th. And I am not excited for, the final. Sorry, it definitely feels like the 5th, but if you watch them all in order, it feels like the 17th. It's a very long way to spend a Saturday watching these back to back. I had to start Lineage several times because I just could not get into it. And I'm not excited to see a 6th or beyond, and I probably will not watch those, especially if the gimmick of found footage is gone. I think that gimmick is what we all still clung to with their first 4, and if he's not doing that anymore, I'm not interested.
No, it's fair. I still think, again, having gone back and watched them all again as well, having now seen the original, I want to say it was at least 3 times now that I've seen the original. I'm still not the biggest fan of it, but I can definitely, and again, that's just because my taste for found footage is really particular. But I can definitely see what people liked about it. 2 and 3, okay, give or take, whatever. There's some weird Jesus stuff in 3 where Russell win. Here's what I did appreciate about it is, I don't know how much of those first 3 that Stephen Cognetti had planned out before he made the first one, but they did do a real good job of remaining cohesive, right? Like all of the references when they come into number 2 everything locks in step with, it's all well thought out, and it doesn't seem like a lot of loose ends or anything. Everything kind of lines up nicely. And it also, like, the story very clearly has a wrap-up moment at the end of number 3. I won't say much more than that if you haven't seen it. I think number 4, as a film, is the best one of the series. Like, I love its execution. I think I enjoy it as a movie more than I like any of the others in the series. But unfortunately, it feels like, hey, you got some more of those you want to give us? And he was like, yeah, I could probably sit down and write something, right? And so now it's starting to feel like everything it's getting into that, like, oh, things are kind of tacked on and it feels like things are being retrofit and that sort of thing. Frankly, the clown is not nearly as frightening to me in traditional cinematics as it is in found footage, particularly that clown. But so I really like the 4th one, and this one just got further into that where I can't. Like, so much of it is feeling disjointed, and I'm starting to feel like I'm just being strung along and things are being made up as they go. This is very obviously leaving the door open for a 6th movie at the end there. If there's not a 6th film, I'll be shocked. But just the further away we get from that initial small story, I find it less and less interesting.
And the further we get away from God.
The further we get away from God, what?
Like, the further we get from that core story, that's the further we get
away
from God.
You were ending a sentence, not starting a new one.
No.
I gotcha. Sometimes
See, this is why I firmly believe real life should have subtitles.
Yeah, probably.
One of the things that drives me nuts about this series is that we have Hell House LLC, Hell House LLC 2, The Abaddon Hotel, Hell House LLC 3, Lake of Fire, Hell House LLC Origins, The Carmichael Manor. Okay, we've deviated a little bit, but it's okay. Hell House LLC, Lineage. That's not where the colon should be.
I don't understand why it's...
There should not be one.
I mean, it should just be... First of all, the Origins thing is irrelevant. You don't have to tell us it's a prequel. We're going to know. Why isn't it just Hell House LLC 4, The Carmichael Manor, and then Hell House LLC 5, Lineage? Why?
Yep.
Why?
And also, the colons, they're in the wrong spot. Secondly,
my colon is in the wrong spot.
Oh no!
I don't even know what that means.
About that.
I
don't know. As long as you don't have a semicolon, then I think you're fine. Rewatching the first 4 and then the 5th. I was too hard on the Carmichael Manor. I don't remember what score I gave it, but I remember being very disappointed. And rewatching it, I realized that a lot of that is just how disappointed I was by 2 and 3 that lingered. Starting 4. 4 is fine. I know people who have only watched 4 and liked 4 and did not know that there were actually other movies. People who don't really watch horror movies frequently. So they were like, hey, have you seen this film? I was like, yeah, it's the 4th one. They went, what? And I went, do not watch 2 and 3, but if you like this, watch the first one. So there are people who only watched Origins and liked it and enough to like reach out to me and be like, hey, have you seen this? Yes, of course I have. I see everything. You cannot escape me, Hell House. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad movie at all. It's just, it's lackluster and not at the level that I demand it to be after liking Hell House LLC so much. But I cannot place my own expectations on a film. If I'm looking at it independently, it's fine. And I just
that's
need
definitely
to clarify that I was just very grumpy the first time I saw it.
Yeah, that's and Stephen Cognetti obviously probably was not expecting this little found footage movie that he made independently was going to blast off big enough to even be able to make his two seemingly at least intended sequels, and then also get a chance a few years later to make a couple more and expand that world, right? And so kudos to him. 825 Forest Road was interesting to me because it still felt so much like a found footage movie the way it was shot. I think I'm just at a point where I would like to see, like, I think he did decently well with the cinematic style of the film. I think I'd just like to see him do something else now. If we're switching to a more traditional film style, let's just move on and try something else.
How about we try making this hell house into a hell home? Just a real happy family. With no dysfunctional issues whatsoever.
How is that not something I've thought myself before? Let's turn this hell house into a hell
LLC. Home. And it's a Hallmark Christmas romance story about the Carmichael Manor and a new family moving in there and really giving a new life to the place.
What though, Michelle? Because there's something about the word home, hell home. What if the Carmichael Manor is an old folks home, and it's like the love story breaks out at the Carmichael Manor, and it's all these...
A love story breaks out as though people are like, get away! Everyone's in love! Cupid's fucking everywhere! These old people cannot stop having sex with one another! Get away!
It does occur to me that there should be some sort of ridiculous B horror movie about a nursing home called Hell Home.
There is The Home with Pete Davidson.
Yeah, did I say The Home, Michelle?
No. And listen, I've got facts. Koalas have chlamydia. Pete Davidson's in a movie called The Home. Do you need other facts? The sky is blue. That's not even a fact. No, it's the sky blue color reflecting off the... It's not blue. Plus right now it's black. It's nighttime.
I'm starting to believe that nothing actually has colors and it's all just figment of your imagination.
That'll be a really good thing to dig into in therapy.
Probably. I might not be able to go to therapy.
Oh, why not?
Because I lost my insurance. Didn't I tell you that?
Oh, I don't know if you specifically said that. I think I'm surprised to learn that you were insured. So I didn't hear that you ever had insurance.
Here's what happened is I had our wonderful Affordable Care Act Obamacare coverage that was being paid for by me for a small premium by the state. And then I got a job where I made like $6 a month too much money, and so they pulled my insurance and I got to go get my own. But that all happened while my mother was dying and I had a million other things going on. So as of right now, I am uninsured. I should be able to get something back because I don't have that job anymore because I quit to go help things with my mom. But I'm also going to have a job, so I might try to get that job back, and then I'm going to have to... It's a whole fucking thing. Health insurance is ridiculous. It would, like, I kept track of all of the expenses from the day that my mom was diagnosed with cancer until the day she died, and it would have been something close to just shy of $1 million. Could you afford $1 million worth of medical debt over the next 3 years? Could you afford $1 million worth of medical debt over the rest of your life? I
could if I stopped buying $900 standing desks. Ugh. They're in every room. Fair. But they're all in cat mode.
Michelle, your $900 standing desk would not save you from $1 million worth of cancer. The point is, tell your fucking grandparents and your parents and all these people who vote that we need single-payer health care as soon as possible for everybody. That's my little message here. We also need the ability to die with dignity, but we're going to get off of that subject for a while. I don't want to talk about the number of times I screamed at somebody because they wouldn't let me help my mother pass easily. Anyway, Michelle, we made it.
We did make it. And we still have so much to talk about in the November
Oh,
Michelle
yeah.
review,
There'll be plenty.
I have a whole list.
I'll be honest with you. I needed to get back on the horse. This was definitely a clunky ride. Knocking the dust off, knocking the rust off, and getting ready to go. No issues at all.
You know, I was going to keep all my movies to the Michelle in review, but since we're on the topic of death so much, I just got to shout out one that would be in my Michelle in review, but I'm going to do it right now because we're talking about dead women a whole bunch. And that there's another dead woman named Dr. Jane Goodall.
Oh, I heard about this. Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
Tell them.
I messaged you about it. So Netflix apparently did a top secret thing where they had interviews with several celebrities and will not be releasing those interviews until after the person passes. Nobody knows. Well, I can't say nobody knows who's on the list. Obviously, people do, but it is not public knowledge and easily accessible information to figure out who they have done this with. But they released the first one called Famous Last Words. It was post-mortem after Dr. Jane Goodall died at the age of 91. And it is wonderful. I don't know who the interviewer is. I probably should have looked into that. Maybe he's like a professional interviewer guy. Maybe he's a fellow actor. But he was very good and asked all of the right questions. And it just, I've always liked Jane Goodall. This made me really love her. And she was very funny and very honest about a lot of things that she probably would not have said if she knew that this was going to come out before she passed. For example, not spoiling it, but like she was asked, when you die, who do you hope that you meet? And she had a whole thing about like how she hopes her mom's there and all these chimps that she's met, and was naming chimps by name. And the guy was like, what about either of your husbands? Do you hope they're there? And she thought for a while and she was like, no, not really. That was a different kind of love than the love I have between my mother and the chimps. And like, I don't know if that's the kind of brutal honesty that we would get if she knew like she might be around for the ramifications of that. At the end, he leaves for a while and says like, okay, and it's just this guy in the room with her, nobody else. They have all the cameras set up already, so it's just those two speaking frankly. And at the end, he leaves and lets her just talk to the camera and says like, no one's gonna see this until after you die. And I cried really hard at what her actual famous last words were. So it is really, really beautiful. And I can't say I'm excited to see who else they did this with, because that means I'm excited for them to die. I'm not. I just want to see their special.
You're intrigued.
Mm-hmm. I am intrigued. Yeah. It was really good. I really adored her.
I took a moment to double check for you. That fella's name is Brad Falchuk. He is best known as the co-creator of the TV series Glee, and American Horror Story, and Scream Queens, and Pose. He worked on Nip Tuck. He worked on a bunch of shows. But that's
so many of my guilty pleasure shows.
Oh yeah. Like like Nip Tuck, Glee, American Horror Story, Scream Queens, American Crime Story, 911, Pose, The Politician, 911 Lone Star, American Horror Stories, The Brother's Son, Famous Last Words. But according to this, he's going to be the guy doing all of these interviews. So yeah, that's who that is.
Good.
Brad
Falchuk. He was fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah. I want to see who else we get.
Mm-hmm. I want to see it, but I don't know if I want to subscribe to Netflix to see it. So, we'll find out.
I bet you could pirate this one because it's Jane Goodall. She wouldn't care.
Well, probably. You're probably right. I bet I could also figure out a way to get like a free trial Netflix or something. Trial.
Yeah. If I get my VPN so that I can sneak back onto this forum that banned me for squelching too hard and pretending to be a robot, I'll let you know if you can get Netflix that way.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'll just talk to the robots. I'll talk to the authentication bots at Netflix and be like, hey, brobot, can you help my friend JD out? And they'll be like, boop, 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 011101. I'll be like, thanks, dog. And then I'll give you your credentials to log in because I speak robot now.
Hey, we've already determined that one of your superpowers is that you can make the machines believe you're one of them.
I know. It's such a good superpower. That and get sent home from Victoria's Secret for fixating too hard on underwear.
On specifically the phrase that killed me, the panty drawers. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they were called.
The panty drawers.
They're called panty drawers. Because it's drawers of panties. On the top, it's just the surface of panties, and then there's the drawers.
Look, I believe you, but it's just such a funny phrase. Panty drawers.
I got fixated on the panty drawers.
No boxing drawers. It's got the panty drawers, though.
Nope. No, there are no boxer drawers. Only panty drawers.
Oh, guys, thank you for coming back. We did you come back? Are you still listening? Did we do okay for the first time in several weeks? We're gonna get back to a little bit more regular schedule here. I'm not entirely certain what the plan is going forward. We didn't really think that far ahead, but
no,
Michelle, it feels. Oh, when do we ever? It feels great to be able to get back on the horse, though. I hope you feel the same.
Hell Horse LLC.
Hell Horse LLC. That's no, because you see that movie already exists, and it's called Carousel, and I never want. Oh my God, why did I even just remember that? You've cursed me with the knowledge of that movie, and it's gonna come up and haunt me like this periodically for the rest of my life.
I wouldn't say you're cursed, unless you're cursed by a hell horse. Hell Horse LLC. I'm gonna make this fucking movie. It's gonna have a clown. Oh my God, JD, because it can still be a carousel horse, like the movie Carousel, but that's where he meets the fucking clown that's in all the Hell House movies at the carnival that this horse comes from. Wow. Give me $1 million and a Shutter deal. I've got the next big thing.
You know what I do remember how to do? Say
yes.
Good night, Michelle.
Good night, Michelle.